Is this thing on?
Oh dear, I don't know. That was very touch and go for a second there. It's like, is this gonna happen today? Is it just gonna
It
turn its
happened.
equals?
Yay,
It happened. I
Steve.
know.
Good
We're
job,
here.
Steve.
We're here. Well, we're here. That's
Two of us.
you and I are here, and that's better than we managed last Thursday because the lovely Vera was sick,
Oh my God, I'm still so sick. I'm coughing and
then everyone was having. It was a week last week. Everyone was having a week, and we got to like 20 minutes before the show, and I said to Christina, "Let's pull the plug. I don't know what's happening." And she's like, "I
I
think
was
I can
already
make
in
it."
bed.
She's like, "I think I can make it." I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm not doing a whole live hour by myself because that's a lot. I'm happy. I'm happy to come on here and talk just random crap all the time, but doing it by myself for an hour." Look, I could do it, but I don't know if people
Yeah.
care. I don't know if people
Well, the
care
Thursday night
enough.
show, you at least have an agenda.
Right, exactly. We got current events to talk about. Well, we got a jam packed for next week. Oh, it's the man. Hey,
Hey,
Dogsy.
dogs. Mwah.
Hello, Joe.
Hi,
Yeah, look,
Joe.
we
Nice
got.
to see you.
I was just apologizing for our absence. We are going through a little bit of
I'm
internal.
still a bit sick. I may have to turn off my mic to cough.
That sounds dramatic when I say internal drama, but everyone's just having life is catching up with folks left, right, and center this week, and it's just we try and rise above, don't we, V? We keep.
Well,
we keep.
my resistance is low fighting the fascists.
Yeah, the fight is real, but this is why we gotta
Sorry,
keep
I said I'd
fighting
turn
the
that off
fight.
and I didn't.
It's all good. Yeah, we're all here. We hope you're. Oh, Dogsy, you're still like you're always doing something. How's the leg, by
Dogsy's
the way?
recovering from that fall, right? That
How is the leg,
horrible,
by the way?
hellacious fall
Yeah, backwards,
pre-Christmas.
upside down, and snapping your leg in half, and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's
I
not
just
good.
got a cold.
Yeah, yours just got a cold, and I've just been busy. Like, it's not really that dramatic, but we're here. We thought we'd just get on today and have a little free for all. Vera's like, "What are we
Chinwag.
What are we talking about?" I said, "I don't know, Vera, but we're going to talk about it, whatever it is."
Whatever it is.
Yeah, it's just what it is. I am going to post. I've got I'm removing. Oh, I think that's meant to. I think that's meant to be recovering. I'm recovering, but the missus has pissed me off like nobody's business lately. Oh, the joy. There you go. I got you. I got your
Whatever.
back. I got your back, Dogsy. I got your back. Yeah. Recovering. I got you.
He knew what you were saying. He had you.
Clearly. Well, that happens in relationships, though, right? It's the joy of having somebody
I
share your
wouldn't
life and
know.
space. I know, me either.
I mean, people talk about, and this came up earlier today, not understanding trans. I don't understand married. Okay? You think it's hard to understand they, them pronouns. I don't understand marriage. It's like, what are you talking about? You got to check with him. What?
I don't think that's just marriage, though. I think that's relationships, right?
Yeah, I don't get it. I've been too freewheeling my whole life.
Exactly. I've been too single for too long. I don't know that I could actually go back to double checking if I can go. Can I go do this when you can go do that and all
Just
that?
yeah.
Have to be here when I want to be there. It's like,
and you know what? I have a queen size bed. I'm the queen. Sometimes I want to sleep on the diagonal. Sometimes I sleep left. Sometimes I sleep right. Sometimes I sleep sideways. It's my bed. So you need to spend the night. Go down the hall. The guest bedroom's down the hall.
It's your prerogative as the queen to do as you will.
I don't get marriage. I don't understand it.
But it's not just marriage. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We were supposed to go to New York for New Year's and I spent 6 hours planning the trip, and she went with her friend and did the same trip down to the letter. Didn't text or call me all week, and I had to sit here, manage the house, the house rewire.
Oh, wow.
While watching him go on this trip of a life. Oh.
Oh, that sounds, that kind of sucks, dogs.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd be happy about that, Trixie.
I wouldn't be happy about that.
It's like, I don't know. Again,
But
the joys of relationships. You know,
I ended a relationship for much less than that.
we are touching that. But I flashback today, courtesy of one of my dance students, former dance students' parents, who used to follow my band around when I had a band. I had a blast. This is me 9 years ago, Vera. Look at me rocking
I
out.
know. Look at
Rock
you.
and roll.
What were you singing?
Who knows? It was a Saturday. It looks like it was Saturday night at Edgy Tavern. It could have been anything.
Well, what genres did you rock out to?
Well, we did. It was a covers band. We did rock pop stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another lifetime. So, where were you? What were you doing 9 years ago, Vera?
9 years ago, what was I doing? 9 years ago, I couldn't walk. 9 years ago, I hadn't had my knee replacement, so I was still pretty crippled.
Every day she was shuffling.
Yeah, literally.
Literally.
Literally. I had
It's
a
amazing.
handicapped parking space. I was that old woman with the cane. I was bad.
Oh, you had a cane you could hit people with. That would have been fun.
I did hit people with it.
Did you strike a ponce them? I would have.
Huh?
Did you strike
I would kind of like tap their foot. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You know, especially if they stepped in front of me. That used to piss me off. Because you had a rhythm to move that cane ahead of you to get going. And if they stepped in front of me and they broke that rhythm, I tapped their ankle with the cane.
You get a little ankle tap and you're out.
You're a fucker.
No more.
You're mistreating the handicapped person.
Well, lucky
the differently abled. I shouldn't say handicapped. I should say differently abled.
Yes. Now she's bionic kneed and ready to go.
I am. You've seen me motoring.
Yeah, I've seen her. She's been motoring everywhere.
Well, not this week. This week it's been.
Well, isn't it like snowing like a freak?
Oh
over there?
my God!
I got a
it's
message
fucking
for
hell
Jeff from
here.
Jeffrey.
Yes. Like 96 inches of snow and not like 40 minutes away from us in the last week.
Isn't it supposed to be like getting warmer?
Global climate change can mean more severe weather.
It's not real. What are you talking about?
It's fucking real. This, though, to be fair, this is the kind of winters I grew up with. When we were kids, the lake froze over, the ponds froze over. But we didn't have it all in the same week. You know what I mean?
It wasn't like,
yeah.
blast.
It wasn't like hell froze over. It was like, okay.
I actually saw the phrase Arctic blast again. That took
polar vortex is one of the.
I love a polar vortex as
well. Polar vortex is one of the phrases the weathermen use.
I have been in New York City for a polar vortex in 2010. I think I've told this story before. We had just arrived. It was my second time in NYC, and just like living the dream. We're in Times Square back in 2010 when it was a bit more interesting,
right?
A little bit more. Rudy was doing his job, and it was gentrified and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
but we had gone into, I can't remember what department store it was.
It's still pretty gentrified.
Yeah,
I remember it in the 90s.
Back in the day when it was like, yeah, you go survive, girl.
Times Square was fucking scary.
I don't know, man. When we went, I was like, oh, remember when that's what I said to you when we were in Times Square. I was like, remember when this place was like empty during COVID? And there was 50 bajillion people while we were there. But
I remember when it was full of hookers and junkies.
Good times. So it's like the Vegas of olden days. Everything's so Disneyfied now.
Yeah,
everything's so family friendly. But we went into a department because it was snowing and we were like Australians, so it was like, oh, isn't this cute? We got big fuzzy jackets, and then we went into a department store. Can't remember what it was. that is no longer there. So it's something that's shut down, obviously. Multi levels. We lost our friend Josh, but
Yeah.
we came
Gimbals?
out. No, I don't know.
Uh,
We came out, and there's police everywhere, sirens going. Seek cover. Blah blah blah. We're
right.
gonna get the biggest like snowstorm we've had in 15 years. So we went back to the hotel, and we were staying across the road from Central Park, and we stayed inside for a whole day because we couldn't leave. And then when we went out, the snow, like New York City, they are well and truly on those paths and stuff. We went out there, and the snow was like 6 feet tall. There was like just cars cut. I was like, "This is amazing." So it was one of my stories.
I remember when I was a kid, my dad's brothers lived in New Mexico, and they had never seen snow. And just out of the blue, they decided they were going to surprise us. And it was my dad's brother, his wife, my cousin, and his wife. And my cousin's wife was right out of Mexico. She was
Fresh.
Mexican. Yeah. She had
Fresh.
never seen any hint of snow. And she was convinced that the snowbank was going to fall over and crush her. She was terrified.
It is very. I learned that is the trip I learned how to walk on a frozen sidewalk properly. Because we were in New York for like a week. I was like, yeah, I got this. When the first time, skating. I'm like, no, I got this, man. I'm just pressure downwards, not forwards, foot downwards, downwards, not forwards.
But you gotta relearn it every winter. Over the summer you get used to that moving forward. You
gotta have that little skate, but
Yeah.
Oh, Dogsy, I don't know about that. Well, you're the resident. Downtown LA is a nice place now.
Well, half of it's gone, isn't it? Didn't it all downtown LA kind of
the purge
burn?
Well, it'll be interesting. Well, then it's going to be gentrified. How far away is the Olympics?
I have no idea. Not that far. It's 25, so it's got to be 26, 28. Yeah. It's either one of those 2 years.
I think it's 28 because
I think it's 28 because I think 26 is winter.
The last thing I heard is that they're going to have flying drone cabs. That's the idea. Drone cabs to get people around the city, because you've been to LA.
Yeah, I have.
You know what it's like getting around downtown.
Yes.
It'd be like if
Don't even try to turn left. Go up one block and take 3 rights.
Especially if it rains, it's all over.
Yeah.
I love it when it rains in LA. People lose their minds. They're like, I've never driven or been outside before. Help me. They're just so nice weather. They're so spoiled. But
I did love the weather in LA. I swear to God, Southern California is the best weather in the world.
Pity about it being on a giant fault line, but whatever.
Yeah, I know. I do know.
You live, you learn, don't you? It's
right.
It's okay. Every place has its downsides. You've got snow.
We don't have hurricanes. We don't have alligators.
We
don't have earthquakes.
Shake. I did see this woman on TikTok last night. I don't know why my algorithm's changed again, and it thinks I want to move to Hawaii. It's correct. But she's like, this is why you should move to Hawaii. I'm like, okay, cool. That's cool. I'm like, I should. They're like, there's no snakes, there's no ticks, there's no. I'm like, there isn't. Everything's an introduced species. I'm like, that's right. The joys of living on an island. They're like, the nights are dark. I'm like, the nights are dark because it's an island. I'm like, wow, it just blew my mind at 3:00 this morning.
I don't know what the hell I did to my algorithm.
Detail is classic skyscrapers to residents. Like when I came here the first time, it smelled like piss and heroin. Now it smells like nice piss, though.
New York smelled like piss, heroin, and rotting newspapers when in the 90s.
Just stay away from Hollywood Boulevard. It'll be okay. It's just like, Oh, that's just not accurate. That is not accurate. Hollywood has done a number on people thinking that that's just like
Yeah.
a place to go. Yeah, no, I don't think so. But I do have a little
Yeah.
story. I have a little story. We should have tackled this at not Halloween, almost as scary. Valentine's Day. Did you hear? I've got a little story for you, Vera. We're talking about love and stuff today.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, it's been in our little zeitgeist. You know, we're talking about it. San Antonio Zoo hosted a unique Crimea cockroach fundraiser that gave people a quirky way to move on from their ex. For a $10 donation, participants got to name a cockroach after their ex, and the zoo would feed it to one of their animals. If bugs aren't your thing, you could also choose vegetables for $5, or if you were really hung up on your ex, a rodent for $25.
Oh, jeez.
As a bonus, everyone who took part will received a digital Valentine's Day card. For those who want to make the experience extra personal, there's an option to send a card to your ex, letting them know that they were the inspiration for the unusual tribute. That's amazing. For $150 donation, participants can even receive a video of their named item being fed to an animal. I love that. I love the diversification of I keep saying Halloween. I'm Halloween fixated.
I
on
know you
Valentine's
are.
Day. It's my favorite.
You're blocking out that Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it's a non-starter. It's an oh, you're a West Hollywood bitch. Okay, we get you. We get you. Just gyms everywhere. Just gyms and pride. Hey,
I actually have some. My
we are
cousin
too
lives
cute.
in WeHo. I don't know
There
where he
we
lives,
go.
but
Dogsy problem. Look, Dogsy would find them. Dogsy
well, he's
Dogsy
in Chicago now. He works locations. He's
is the man.
continuity editor.
He works location. Both, yeah, Kenny, I agree. Both are scary. But what did you do anything exciting for Valentine's Day thing?
No, I had a cold and it was snowing.
I left the house to get pizza to come bring it home and eat by myself.
I ordered Chinese and watched a movie. I don't even remember what movie it was.
Oh, so it was really, really stuck with you, that movie.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Oh, I know what it was. It was Real Pain. It was a Real Pain with Jesse Eisenberg and Kieran Culkin.
I settled in WeHo because I could smell a gay bar a mile off, and they wouldn't even be a mile off in WeHo. So you have found.
So talk about Halloween. WeHo is famous for their Halloween parade.
I know.
Did you go, Doug?
Yeah, Dogsy. What kind of were you in a leather onesie or something? It seems I can imagine there wouldn't be very many clothes, you know, for a WeHo Halloween.
WeHo, yeah, I don't know. I've only seen the videos on TikTok.
We had a good Halloween. That's all right.
I don't. Oh, I went out to dinner for Halloween.
It was good times.
I used to.
I was with you for Halloween last year.
Last year.
Yeah, we had a party.
Yeah.
We had a party. That's all.
Yeah, I had my boobs on.
My poor nose. Yeah, that's right. You had your peasant maid outfit on.
Yeah, I did.
That was nice. My poor nose just took a day to recover from that mask. I was committed though. I was committed to that eye mask. I will make it work anytime and every time. I'm one of those people. That costume
has like 7 layers on top and like 2 very light layers on the bottom. So like from the waist down, I was freezing, and from the neck down, I was boiling.
These are the sacrifices.
I know.
Halloween sacrifices. Dogsy, my Halloween consisted of trying to stop the cats sticking their paws in my cast and getting so high that the kids' costume scared the shit out of me. Nice, Dogsy.
That's a goal to get that high.
What was Valentine's Day like, Dogsy? Come on. That
I know. Did your wife go to New York with her gal pals?
Very lonely Halloween and Valentine's Day.
What was your? Did you tell me what your Valentine's Day was?
I sat at home and ate. I
Oh, that's
was
right. You did
dog
tell me.
sitting. I was pet sitting for Anne of the Ghost Grannies while she was in Finland being freezing cold.
Is
And
she
yeah,
home now?
they are home now. They are home now.
They
So
look like they had a blast.
They did. Well, everywhere they go, there's always an adventure. Let's face it. So Renata and I held down the home front, but Anne's back now, so they'll be doing all their.
Renata came on and helped us hold down the live
She
one Thursday. That was great.
She had a good time. She wants to come back, so you'll see Renata's little face popping up every now and then.
I'd love to. I've told her parents' story a couple times since then.
I think it was a very just well-timed and poignant episode, that one. It's weird.
Yeah, it was.
It's weird when stuff like that happens. We get synchronicities happening a lot. I think just because of the frequency of what we do, it just happens to be,
right.
We come back at monumental times in history, like the insurrection.
Yeah, but if we were going for a time machine, we would not go to 1930s Germany. Not one of us would. If we had to pick a time and space to go to, this is not where I would go.
I might send Dogsy back. He might get some work done for us. Life-altering quantum leap work. Here we go.
Yes.
This is the Dogsy Valentine's Day update. No, she had to go to work and therapy. We had a nice meal, and then the next day, which was your birthday. Happy birthday! Your birthday
birthday!
Your birthday is the day after Luke's. Congratulations! Happy birthday! She had a family ready because her sister. Yes, we've heard about her sister. Is a spoiled brat and wanted to build an apartment and rent it out in your backyard. Because her folks own a quarter of the house. Oh, family. So many February birthdays, though. Kenny Legs, who is watching, it's also been his birthday. It's been Luke's birthday. It's been Dogsy's birthday. My best friend's birthday was yesterday. My dad's wife. 2 days ago. My dad's wife's birthday was yesterday. My birthday is coming up.
So is mine.
And then it's just we're all February babies living.
Oh no, I'm March.
Yeah, well, I'm February.
My pop's birthday would have been Thursday when we do the live.
So many February kids. I don't know what we're doing with our lives, or I know what our parents were doing, but
right,
we do know what our parents were doing. Oh, Dogsy, you look moving to the south. Oh, South Bay.
Okay.
I was like, that's a big move. Well, howdy. Have their own house and keep them at arm's length. Yeah, look. Sometimes that is the best.
Yeah, sometimes distance lends enchantment.
It does. And I think, especially when you're living in each other's back pocket for that, like in that kind of environment, it gets hard. Like, families are always hard, but when there's financial stuff involved, it just no.
I know.
No, thank you. Not interested. Shuffle along.
When Dee and I bought this house, the plan was always to live in this house and this side together, and then rent that other one out to pay for our mortgage, because we were young and never conceived of anything different than being young. And then she went and got married, and we had what I affectionately call my divorce, where she moved to the other side of the house and I kept this side.
I think you guys have got a pretty good arrangement, though.
It works. It works.
There's always someone next door to, as you said, if you fall down and no one sees you for a couple of days, someone's always going to come find you.
This weekend, excuse me, I was sick and I didn't get out of bed, and I thought, it's 2:00 in the afternoon and Dia hasn't come to see if I'm dead yet. She finally came over about 2:30, and I said, you didn't come to check on me. And she said, well, I knew you were sick. The more reason to come check and see if I'm dead.
She'll come check on you when there's no wine left. Gotta go next door.
Make sure Vera's alive. See if she's got any wine.
See what she's got in her fridge. So good. It's cute. I love it. I just yeah. That's very. I love your relationship with your sister. It makes
I
me
do have a
happy.
good relationship with my
You guys
sisters.
are very funny, especially together. It's just like, well, look at how long we sat there and talked till the evening on Jeff's porch. And it's like, oh, we better go. We better go so we can go to bed and get a nice early night before New York.
No.
Never the case. Next time,
Never
I'm
the
just gonna go.
case.
I'm
We
gonna go,
were up
Jeffrey.
pretty late. And
No,
it was cold on Jeff's porch that night.
it was cold, but we didn't go inside. We're
Because you
keeping
guys
fresh.
were smoking. Oh, I think
Smoking.
Dia smoked that
Dia
night.
was oh
Dia
yeah, it
smoked
wasn't
that
me.
night.
It wasn't me that night. That was Dia.
It was Dia.
Oh, birthday update. My birthday went right. We're at DT. Favorite shop. Green Queen and got some pre-rolls. So strong that you would either have euphoric epiphany or think the devil's trying to rip your heart out through your kneecaps. That's intense.
I don't like to be that high.
Yeah, I like to still be cognizant, and
Yeah.
I don't like to detach from reality. I need to know.
I'm sure I've told you guys my first experience with edibles. It was
You
during
can retell it.
COVID.
You can retell it. Retell it
It
for
was
the
during
people.
COVID, and my friend Jane was experimenting and making cookies. And she would bring us over cookies because we were all freaking out, and nobody knew what was happening, and we were all afraid we were going to die. So she was baking cookies for everyone she knew, and she dropped off 6 cookies and said to me, "This batch is really strong, so I'd start with a quarter of a cookie." So, it was a Saturday night. I'd gotten all my stuff done. I didn't have any place to be because the entire world was on lockdown. Dee had gone to bed. I took my quarter of a cookie and started watching TV. And 10 minutes go by, 20 minutes go by, 30 minutes go by, and I'm like, I'm not feeling anything. So I could use a snack. I know where there's a cookie.
Oh, no.
So I went and finished the rest of the cookie. And the next thing I know, it's 4:00 in the morning, and I'm sitting on the couch feeling my blood flow.
Wow.
It's like the TV's still on. I don't remember watching anything. I hadn't moved in like 6 hours.
That's chill. She was very chill. I did that one Christmas. My sister gifted me a cookie. And she's like, just have a little bit. Like, yeah, whatever. That's cool. Had a quarter. I was like, this ain't nothing. So then I ate the other 2 quarters.
3 quarters?
There was a little bit left.
No, see, I ate the rest of the cookie.
I woke up sleeping on my arm, this like folded underneath me like a chicken wing. I couldn't move my shoulder. I was like, I've got a trapped moment here. I can't make this happen. That was intense. I was like, whoa. Yeah, I don't think I've ever recovered from that. My poor shoulder. It's like, no, can't do it.
But the next time I kept to my quarter cookie, but when I went to go upstairs, I'm like, oh, this doesn't sound like a good idea. I think I need to wait because my stairs are kind of steep
in
this old house.
Crawl. I might crawl. Wish me luck.
Dia, I might be dead.
Dia just hears you meowing next door. It's like, we don't know what's happened. Poor Vera's lost the plot. She's gone full baby Jane next door.
Oh my God.
She's written a letter to Daddy.
When we first bought this house, the ceiling, the chimney extends because it's a flat roof. The chimney is like 12 feet off the roof line so that no embers would land on the flat roof. So it's this really tall chimney, and it was old and it was waterlogged, and it fell over and fell through the roof and into the attic. But the house is such old construction, it had 6x6 beams and it didn't go through our ceiling.
Thank
God. It made this hellacious, it's like God is coming kind of boom. Dia yells up the stairs, "Did you fall out of bed? Are you fucking kidding me?
How heavy do you think I am?
Hellacious boom, and you think I fell out of bed? Well, I didn't know what to think."
Oh my God. See, that's something only a sister can get away with. Right?
Yeah,
Fall
she's
out of
lucky
bed.
I don't remember that every day. I might have to hurt her.
I know you literally know where she lives. It's
I
not,
do.
she can't get away. It's very
Well, she
interesting.
could. She could outrun me.
Yeah, well, you need to get that cane out and give her a little
Tripper.
little ankle tap, little ankle tap. That's okay. Some people deserve it though. Right? Some people deserve a
Yeah.
little. It's like,
Yeah, I
oh,
didn't mind hitting people with the cane when I was.
it's okay.
Fuck you.
Now, I can't remember. I don't think we ever talked about it, but I do want to revisit a story that I have saved away about a family and their traumatized children that had
I'm
to
gonna
spend the
need
night.
more.
Wait, had to spend the night in a Travelodge laundry room after their key card wouldn't let them back into their room.
Oh, I don't think I've ever heard that story.
Oh. Okay, so Danielle Barclay and her husband Jamie, both 39, stayed at Travelodge Ashburn in Derbyshire, so in the UK, between the 28th
Right.
and 29th of December with their two children after going to a wedding. When they tried to get into their room, they found their key card wasn't working and sat in the corridor for an hour with their crying children, son Jensen, 12, and 8-year-old daughter Marley. Why are they crying at that age? The hotel had no spare available rooms, so
They
offered the
couldn't fix the
Barclay.
key card?
Apparently not. Which, sometimes shit like that happens. As being on the other side of things, sometimes shit like that happens. So they offered the Barclay family a spot in another Travelodge 20 miles away. When this offer of alternative accommodation was turned down, the family instead slept on a broken mattress in the laundry room. They said this made Marley upset and scared before the hotel maintenance staff were able to get them back into their room a few hours later. I'm sorry. First of all, why are your kids crying at age 12 and 8 about sitting in a
Well, I
hallway?
can see an 8-year-old crying about
No,
it.
you shouldn't be crying over stupid shit like that. That's
I can see an
what, like,
8-year-old crying over it.
well,
And
then the
I
world's
could,
going to eat that.
especially if they, if they've got video games in the hotel room and,
Suck it up, Buttercup. They've been to a wedding. It's tough luck.
Eight's not that. And they're probably overtired. Eight's not that. Eight's pretty young.
No, not in my world. Not in my world. Time to grow up, kids. Time to grow up. But to say it was horrendous and they were left traumatized. Come on.
Well, yeah, you got to learn to roll with a few punches, kiddo.
Exactly.
Where's that British stiff upper lip?
Yeah, are they out in the wilderness?
Right.
No.
Was the laundry room clean?
And it was the 12-year-old son that was crying on the floor in the corridor trying to sleep. Get over it. Sleep in the car.
Yeah.
What? Ah, people shit me. This is the problem. Okay, that's horrible. They offered you obviously traveling is not ideal, 20 miles is not an ideal trip. You chose not to do it.
Right.
And then they put you in the laundry room, which would have been an effort on their behalf anyway, to get some kind of mattress, because I'm sure they don't have mattresses in the laundry room.
Right.
Right. So they've also tried to cater to you there. You've got a car. I don't know.
Could have been cold. It could have been cold.
But it's
cold.
also...
Sleeping in a car would be cold.
Oh, Vera.
But I'm sure they would have furnished you blankets and pillows.
2 hours. It was 2 hours. By 4:15, they were able to get back into their room, but couldn't lock the door. Are you kidding me? These people are saying their children are traumatized for 2 hours.
Are they suing the hotel?
Oh, they got a free... Here we go. They got the official Travelodge. We apologize to Miss Barclay and her family for their recent experience. at Ashburn Travelodge. On this occasion, we fell short of our high standards of customer care. Unfortunately, the hotel experienced an isolated technical issue. As soon as this was brought to our hotel team's attention, they promptly offered alternative accommodation in the closest Travelodge, which they did. The customer has been offered a full refund and will be offering them a complimentary stay as a gesture of goodwill. They can't really do much more.
Right.
Like, I don't know.
Well, I'm sure there's like
As
some
Dave-
5-star. I slept a mat in front of an elevator. Well,
Dave says, I once slept in front of a man at an elevator at a hotel. Damn tequila. We've all had worse, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Make the best of it. Pick the 5-star Travelodge and go to the beach.
But
they
to
have
say that
beaches
your
in
chil-
the UK.
To
I
say
know
that
they
your
do.
children are left traumatized for a 2-hour inconvenience is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I don't disagree.
I just don't understand. And those kids wouldn't have reacted half as badly or been traumatized had that word not been thrown around by their parents. This is part of my problem with the way that people are raising their children at the moment. They're feeding them information for them to regurgitate.
Yes.
You can't tell kids how to feel what they're feeling. Let them express it in their own way. Don't give them the verbiage that suits you and suits your narrative. If someone's feeling sad, they're feeling sad. Let them express that they're sad. Don't say that they're traumatized because of this. Because sometimes they're not traumatized. They're just feeling tired, sad, anxious, angry.
Frustrated.
Let them learn some emotional intelligence by themselves and how to express themselves, and that they won't go into a school and shoot it up. Right?
How to self-soothe. I think that's one of the biggest problems with the way we live our lives these days. People do not know how to self-soothe. Everybody's looking for somebody else to make it right for me right now.
Exactly. The louder I can yell, the quicker things will get sorted out.
Everybody's a fucking... And it used to be just a problem here in the States that we were all the Karens of the world. And we still are. We got that going on. But I think it's spreading. I think they're everywhere.
It's not just an American thing. Trust me. There are Karens everywhere. And it's just like...
Yeah.
How do you think you are preparing children for the real world?
I know.
When you're not around anymore to tell them how to feel and how to react and how to be upset, how are they going to live their lives in a real world when we don't get to, chill out and not every feeling is valid?
You don't know how to calm yourself down. You don't know how to... there are adults who get into college and don't know how to make phone calls.
But this, they need to be able to express themselves clearly, because not every feeling is valid and in a public situation. If you're feeling sad about something, okay, cool. There are people all day, every day in the world that go to work in high pressure jobs that aren't happy.
Right?
Shit goes on in people's lives each and every day. The world will not stop just because you've got the blues.
Right.
It's just like, I can't.
And you don't have to catastrophize everything.
I know, not everything is worth therapy.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to see these kids. No, but
my children's never going to go to a hotel again.
But this is the thing. They're not the kids that are going to therapy either, because this is the parents going, this is the language that I've heard. This is the language that I've heard. And it's, hot button language, hot button words to go, my child is traumatized. My child is victimized. I'm feeling this. Okay. You can feel stuff, but it doesn't necessarily make it right or valid in a situation.
Right.
Feelings that we've all got feelings. You can feel 700 ways about something. It doesn't necessarily mean it's correct.
Well, and they're probably overtired. They're probably overstimulated. They probably don't have their video game.
Maybe don't take kids to a fucking wedding. What does a 12-year-old and 8-year-old want to do at a wedding anyway?
I had great times at weddings when I was a kid.
Yeah, but my parents drank, so we always had a great time. do whatever you want, man, but not these helicopter
Exactly.
parents. Not these helicopter parents. They're like, I can't imagine what that would be like. What are you doing? Why are you doing? What are you touching that? What are
Yeah,
you touching? What
no,
are you doing over
yeah.
there? Like,
Yeah. No, my parents were not helicopter parents.
no, I think we grew up in the right time. As I've said many times, I grew up in the hospitality industry. As a baby, I was in the car carrier underneath a table. I spent many nights underneath tables in restaurants, being quiet and playing with my toys.
Right.
The biggest threat was if you don't behave yourself, I'm going to go you can go sit out in the car. Remember when that was the thing?
That was the
You
thing.
would be
If you
banished
don't
to the
behave, you're
car.
going to go sit in the car. Yep. And
The
nobody
car,
thought, yeah. See, mom would
car was
lock
the
you in the
best place
car
to.
and you would
The
sit
car was
there.
the
And
best place to be.
yeah.
You're like, whatever, let's have a little adventure. Sit
Did
behind
you-
the wheel, pretend you're driving.
Yep. Nobody
play with the
turned you
cigarette
into
lighter.
child protective
No.
for leaving your kid in the car.
But it's not like that. Being said, it wasn't like we were in the car down the street. We were in the car, visible from the restaurant, like visible straight through the window of the restaurant, going, getting these ones. Sitting there going, I am behaving myself. Everything is fine. It just troubles me. Like, I'm like, because you know what? I'm going to be an old person in this world with these kids running the world, and it's scary. It's scary too. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I've got to make sure that I treat these kids right because, by the time I get to old age, I may have made some enemies. I don't want to.
You may have made them already, my dear. All the dead students you've taught.
I have a few. I have a few out there. No, I think there's a small handful of kids that don't like ex-kids that don't like me, but
well, that guy we met in Manhattan, he liked you plenty.
Yeah, it is very rewarding when they can't you'll see them later in life and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, I learned a lot. You were right. I'm like, what are those magic words? I was right. Oh, soothes my soul, makes me feel warm on the inside. I'm not saying I'm always right. Sometimes I am.
You like to think you're always right, Stevie.
I don't think. I'm generally on the right side of the decision-making process.
You're pretty good. I'm not saying you're not.
I'm pretty good. I'm not unrealistic. If something's unrealistic, that's bullshit. That's not happening. That's not happening. But, I think you've got to be confident in your own decisions because otherwise you just don't make them. You sit at home on Valentine's Day eating pizza by yourself. Oh, wait, I did that. That's life, though.
Or you order Chinese and you watch a movie that you forgot the name of.
That's all right. I need to get back into regular life because I've just been doing too much TV. And this is from someone who used to watch a lot of TV. I'm like, I need to stop watching TV.
Escapism has its place in this time and day. There are things people want to escape, like the news.
I wonder what. But, we'll talk about that on Thursday, hey?
I'm sure we will.
I
might have a thing or two to say.
You might have some stuff to say. We will have
a feeling.
I
might have some feeling.
We will have a jam-packed show coming at you this Thursday. We have a lot to talk about. We've got a week's worth of news that we haven't really talked about. There's been stuff going on. Again, if you have been looking for the audio podcast, we are trying to work it out. It's happening. But we are still on Spreaker. For those of you some people have been listening on Spreaker and you're making us money. So thank you.
Feel free to continue.
with every listen, we get a couple of cents. So thank you. It's going to help us to keep on keeping on. What else? We've got some stuff coming down the pipe. So stay tuned, stay interested, stay with us. We're going to be here. We're back. As I said, we're back on Thursday. If you missed the lovely Katrina A. Johnson, we had a chat last week about all things love and Valentine's Day fails. You can go back on the YouTube or the Facebook or wherever you watch the show and check that out. As always, Katrina is a font of information when it comes to the dating world and her life story.
I wondered if they talked about the plane that flipped in Canada.
Oh, that's messed up.
That was messed up. But
But
the
pilot,
flight
well done on the pilot.
flight
Yeah.
attendants were a private company, and I
Oh,
was wondering
wow.
if maybe it was like a company that Katrina knew.
She had she's with someone we can't say, but I'll tell you off air.
Okay.
She ain't flying commercial. She's not working commercial.
Oh no, I know
moment,
she's
yeah.
not commercial, but it was a semi-private plane. Yeah.
We'll talk about it. All right, V. Thanks for joining me for just this randomness that has been today. Thank you for everyone that is clocked in and had a chat with us. We appreciate it. Wait, Dogsy had something else to say.
Come on, dog. Throw it in.
Where is it? Here we go. Oh, this is a family thing.
Oh.
I didn't tell you. So her family loves Oreos, right? All of them. All of them do. But when I first moved, because I got a hum in the drum, I used to buy these things called Stonios that look like Oreos. Apart from the name, I'd eat one to help me to sleep. Her mother came over to do something and she ate half a pack of 24 before I noticed.
No.
Dogsy, what? Dogsy has already said no kids at a wedding. I agree. And also, I didn't realize how hard teaching things was until I broke my leg. I had to take a few shifts at the range. The amount of times I almost died because somebody didn't know how ears work. Yeah. Well, this is the world we live in. You gotta
yep.
Keep your head down and keep your eyes up. As we said, we will be talking about all the hot button topics this week on UCR Live, and we'll be back at you then. Thanks, V. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe, stay sexy. Bye.